Hello farmers, and welcome back to No Man's Land. Frank Jr. is picking up stones over here in the wheat field. He is more than halfway done. He will continue on through the evening hours and probably into the morning because I'm going to be going to bed here pretty darn soon after we cover a few things. Well, first of all, the wheat field, just got to pick up the rest of the stones here, and this field will be ready for planting tomorrow after we spray down some digestate in the Deutzfire, which is already up here, and that tank is already full. The field over by the old sheep pen, that field is plowed. I plowed that with the Deutzfire while Frank Jr. was doing this. I went around and I took care of the furniture shop, the bakery, and the donut shop, made sure everything was cleared out of the spawn points so we can keep on making that. The BGA is plugging away, over 200 grand there. And today, as I'm recording this, the Kubota series has now been released, so we may be getting into that in the morning hours, unless something's coming up for sale that I haven't known about. No. So a stone picker has shown up. We got a stone picker, and I don't need another combine. The other thing I kind of messed up in last episode, and that last episode has not released yet. As you're watching it, it'd be Wednesday's episode. This goes out on Thursday. But I kind of goofed up on the grapes. I said I didn't see any grapes. At the time, I didn't. But if you look at the bottom of the vines, kind of like right where the circle indicator is, you can kind of see the grapes there if I squat on down. So there are grapes on the vines there, and they could be ready tomorrow. So I say we get to tomorrow because I had no work to do, but Frank Jr. is going to continue, like I said. So let's go ahead and teleport on home. Where's my stairs? There they are. So we're sitting at, we'll just say 2 grand. I don't know what the BGA is going to do overnight, but hopefully it does rather well. If not, like I said, I got donuts, cakes. We can sell that, and we'll have more than enough money to buy the grape harvester. What are we going to have here? $370,000 in the bank account. And now there's a great demand at the biomass heating plant. I don't have any more straw I want to sell. I don't have anything else I want to sell. First thing first, let's check on the store. Nothing there. Well, let's see. Are the grapes actually ready? There's the T6. Frank didn't get too far overnight, but yeah. And looks like the grapes are actually ready. So, the first thing we're going to do is, well, we're going to buy ourselves a grape harvester because I've got to make sure I got the cash for that. Grape technology. Let's go ahead and buy this. Michelin tires, nothing extra. And we can't change the tires there. Continental can't change tires. Can't change the tires on any of those options, so why give me the option of wheel setup? I don't know. Let's go ahead and buy that. It's only $242,000. I don't want to say only $242,000. That's a good amount. Oh, that leaves me with $128,000. All right, so another thing. What's the capacity of this thing anyways? Not much. 3,100 liters. I'll tell you what, before I go ahead and buy myself a trailer for it, if I can teleport to my harvester, I say we go up and start harvesting some grapes and see what the yield is. And if the yield is actually pretty darn good, then I'll buy the trailer. And then we'll bring up to the grape factory. I mean, the trailer's not that expensive. And this is not that fast. So give me a moment to get up to the field. And I can't wait. We're just going to do one row, see what kind of yield that we got. If it's pretty darn good, then we'll have to buy ourselves a trailer. I was actually hoping to have a little bit more cash than that because originally I said I don't want to sell the T6. But now with the Kubota series here, I kind of want to get one of those tractors on the map. But the Kubota series is not known for big tractors. It's all like small equipment. And the only thing I could swap out would be the T6. So I think we're going to sell the T6 and the front end loader and get ourselves a Kubota that kind of matches what we're looking for. And also we'll get a front end loader for it as well. And that'll be just to sit around the cow barn and the sheep pens and take care of those animals. Alright, first time using a grape harvester. I'm pretty sure it's something like the olive harvester. Let's go ahead and unfold the harvester. It looks like it raises on up. All right, I should be able to turn it on, right? All right, it's on. And I got to go down the center. And we're getting ourselves some grapes. Yeah, originally I said I would like to see 100,000 liters. I'm guessing we're not going to get that much. Probably not even close. But this will give me a good gauge of, do I need to put down more vines? What do we need to do to get a good crop yield to take care of the cereal factory? And I'm stuck, apparently. It's the only thing about a vineyard and an orchard. You got to pretty much go right down the center, make sure you get it all. So not even 500 liters on a row. So I don't know, estimating maybe like 30,000 liters I want to get, if I'm lucky. Maybe. So we might be able to do by putting down a bigger vineyard. But you don't know until you know. Now the other thing I want to be curious about, because I've been told lime does not matter for a vineyard and an olive grove. So after we do our harvesting here, we do a couple rows. I want to come back to these rows and see if our pH value has dropped. Because we were at a perfect level before. At least by harvesting the grapes, you can see where we've been because, well, there's no more grapes on the vine. And I think definitely going to get ourselves a trailer for the grapes because this thing is not a speed demon going down the road. So it's not going to be really great going back and forth to the grape factory, then back here to harvest at 15 miles an hour. And if this only holds 3,000 liters, and a trailer can hold like 20, that's a lot of trips back and forth I can save myself on. I'm also interested to see not just the pH value, I'm also interested to see the nitrogen level, because I did not put down any manure on this field because the nitrogen level said it was perfect. Alright, let me come over here and check. So, yeah, the pH value hasn't changed at all, but at least we got it perfect. It wasn't perfect before. By putting down the lime, that did make it perfect, so we're good there. And of course, the nitrogen level, this says is still perfect, so... yeah, I'm not sure with precision farming if we need to put down nitrogen or not. I don't know. But right now it's still reading good, and it knows it's grapes because the vines are still there. Yeah, definitely not going to get to 100,000 liters at this rate, but you know what? Now we know. Yeah, right now I'm just shooting for 30, and I'm not sure I'm even going to get to 30,000 liters. So you can see the grapes on the right, and of course, after harvesting the vines, you can see on the one row we're doing, no more grapes. I still kind of find it interesting that we got to buy a trailer, a standalone trailer for grapes. And are we stuck? I think it'd be easy for me to just drive on down the center, but if you've been to my channel long enough, you know Oh, drive that straight. So I really wasn't expecting to be doing this episode. Only because originally I thought the grapes weren't ready, and now they are. I thought we'd be working in just the wheat field, planting wheat in that, and then getting ourselves a Kubota trailer, or a tractor, which we're going to anyways. And if you do like the Kubota series, I will mention I did see on the GE Mod Hub, Iconic came out with a Kubota pack. So it's a lot more Kubota equipment, meaning implements. So if you're a big Kubota fan, you may want to check that out. Last row I'm going to do before I head on down and sell the T6 and get ourselves a Kubota and a trailer. I hope. We'll see what we can do. But before we do that, I am going to go ahead and sell some cakes and some donuts to get us some cash. I don't want to go down another row because I don't think the harvester will make it down to the end before I sell. So at this point, I'm hoping for 10,000 liters. It looks like we're about a third of the way through, and I'm at 3,000 liters. So fingers crossed we can get just 10,000. The other thing I should be checking on, I was looking at the animals before I started recording, and we were at 90 cattle. I think we're going to be at 120 today. Chickens are doing fine, but they're full of eggs. We are up to 30 pigs now, by the way. And cows, we are now up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 120 cattle. So let me click on that. So we just got 30 cattle overnight, so all their stats are going to look kind of off. Got to take care of them today. And of course the sheep, we may have more sheep now. I don't know because I can't see the total. We did have 100, but now they're in the bigger pen. So a lot of them were in reproduction, so we may have more sheep as well. We'll take care of the cattle later on. We'll drop that, and then I'm going to drop the bale spike. The bale spike I want to keep, of course. Drop off that. We'll bring the front end loader with us because that matches our New Holland. Now, if you didn't start the series from episode 1, wait, I'm not going down. There's no road that goes out that way. There's no outlets there. The T6 was the first, basically, piece of equipment that we bought. And the T6, as you can see, has 113 hours on it, which is not too bad. But originally I wanted to keep it throughout the series. But, you know what, I want to see how many hours we can put on. But since it's only going to be taking care of the cows, the pigs, and the sheep, it's just going to be just moseying around there. And you know what, I do want to change it up a little bit at this point. And like I said, the Kubotas are here. And it's a good time to, I guess, swap out the T6. Now I'm going back to the main farm to get the auto-loading trailer because I got to pick up the cakes and the donuts. See what the best price is. I can sell all that stuff, then hopefully I should be able to buy ourselves a trailer. And of course a Kubota trailer, tractor. And I think it was like 110,000. I kind of spec'd one out to see how much one is going to cost me. So a brand new Kubota tractor coming our way. It's got to be around 120 horsepower because that's what it takes to run the TMR mixer and the bale shredder. So that's what we're going to be looking for here. We'll get to this field later on in the day, not this episode, but it'll probably be next episode. We'll spread the digestate down and plant some wheat in that field. Don't think I'll get any lime spread into it, but then again, since the wheat field is not that important, we get enough wheat off that field to take care of our chickens and to make some flour. Well, Bread Pit has spit out 9,200 liters of cakes, and the cakes are going for $3,525 down here at Lord of the Wings. So let's go ahead and sell the cakes here. So I said sell the cakes here. There we go. So if you can do some quick math, you'll know what the base price is, but don't forget about our environmental score being at 100%. Which means we get an extra 15% bonus on top of that. So $32,438 for cakes and $4,719 for bonus. That brings us up to $165,000, and we're not done. The donuts need to be sold, and of course the only place we can sell donuts is over at the No Man Land shop. So let's go ahead and grab our donuts. Don't really know how much we got for donuts here. Now, I think the strawberry donuts are going for like $3,500-ish, and the chocolate ones are going for almost $38. The best time to sell donuts here is in the month of December. It must be we're out of chocolate because I got a lot of strawberry donuts, but not as much chocolate donuts. 10,000 liters of strawberry, 6,000 liters of chocolate. So I feel very confident now about being able to buy the Kubota and the trailer for the grapes. Like I said, I think the Kubota is going to cost me like $110, and I think the smallest grape trailer is probably like $30, so we should be good. And plus, I'm going to sell the T6. I'm not going to keep it around. I kind of would like to, but no sense of having two small tractors trying to do the same job. It's kind of like right now, I got two harvesters, but I haven't used two harvesters at once yet. But if we keep expanding the farm like we have been, and we get more fields, this is going to make more sense that at some point we're going to be doing two harvests at the same time. So I want to keep it around. And for what that 9T I sell it for like 60 grand, I might as well go ahead and keep it. So this should be a pretty darn good payday as well. Wow, really good payday. $57,000 for the donuts, $8,300 as a bonus. I'm just going to drop off the trailer here because I'm not selling the trailer. Got to keep that around. All right, let's go down to the shop. Let's see how much I'm going to get for the T6. I don't think right from the get-go. I think the T6 we paid full price for it, but we do have 113 hours on it. So let's go see what we can get for the T6. The front end loader, not that big of a deal. I just want to get the Kubota front end loader for the Kubota tractor. And here we are. We just actually reached the top of the hour. I did not see, but it should have been like 12 grand that probably came in from the BGA if it's been consistent. All right, so let me see here. Let me go ahead and repair this. 167, then we're going to sell that. So right now I'm going to get 33,910, but if I repair it for 862, I barely earned a couple extra dollars on that after the repair. So let's go ahead and sell it for 34,859. T6, you were wonderful. Really appreciate it, but you know, we got to go for the new stuff. Hey Sally, how's it going? Kubota's in? Great. We like one. So let's go to the store. And yeah, if you ever wonder, by the way, if you're looking for a certain piece of equipment, and you can't figure out where it would be, like small, medium, or large tractor, or what have you, but you know the brand, I just want to click on this top icon up here, and it'll bring you to the brands. And of course, then you go to the alphabetical order, and we're looking for Kubota. So this is all the Kubota stuff that just came out today, for me anyways. By the time you see it, it's been a couple days. So this is currently what is in the Kubota series. I think we're looking at the M6, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 104 horse, but I could bump that to the biggest engine, which is 141 horse, and I think that's what we're gonna bump it up to. Just because, like I said, the TMR mixer requires 120, and the bale shredder I think requires 100. But I'm gonna go up to 140 because we may as well do so. We're going with the Michelin tires, and I think I'm gonna go with not the twin wheels. We don't want twin. Where is it? Not narrow tires, but that's good to know. Wide tires and weights in the back. The reason why I want the weights back here is because with the front end loader putting bales on the front, we want some counterweight to it. 3-point hitch in the front end loader attacher. Yes, please. We do not need the sensors. I'm not going to try to use this in a field. I don't think I will be, so I'm not going to. And we're just going to go ahead and put no plate on there. So yeah, $108,200 for a brand new Kubota tractor. Let's go ahead and buy that. And now we're going to back on up here. And then we come on down to the front end loaders. I think it's this one right here that I want because it says 100 horsepower. This is for 180 horsepower, which we don't have, so it's got to be this one here. And there are no options into it, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and buy that. And that brings our bank account down to 162,000, which is still seems like a lot. And now what I want to do is go to Grape category. And we're going to scroll on. Wait, okay, let me not do that. Let me go to here, and we'll go to Grape category. They're only showing me one trailer. We know there's more than one trailer. All right, so our options are, this one holds 6,000, 12,000, and 14. I do plan, I mean, for this year, I don't need the bigger trailer. But for the future, and I got the money, we're going to go ahead and just get this one. And I did leave the license plate in that one. Thanks, Sally. Just spent a whole bunch of cash here. But I still got $115,000 in the bank account, so that's pretty darn good. I do plan on spending more money today, just not this episode. I want to buy another tanker. We got that water and milk tanker, but I need one for slurry and digestate. Okay, so can I sneak in here and get this on, please? Perfect. And I think 141 horsepower should be able to handle hauling the little amount of grapes that we do have. So the top speed of this, is this the M6? I don't know the Kubota model numbers at all. I think it's an M6 series. 26 miles an hour, which is not too bad. If we hop into the tractor, now it's going to pause the game probably for a second as it loads in. Got this interesting sound on the inside of the cab. Oh yeah, and of course, this is the first time I've played since Farming Simulator updated the base game to 1.6 as well. Now, if you're kind of new to Farming Simulator and you're driving around your map for the first time after the game updates to a newer version, this kind of has happened, at least to me, and it doesn't happen all the time. But every time you drive around the map for the first time after an update, you may get like little sputters here and there where the first time you get to a different part of the map that you haven't been to as of yet in the newer version. It tends to, I don't know what exact, no, I'm not going to the BGA, got to go up here. Yeah, once it does it once and you come back to the same part of the map, it doesn't do it again. So I'm not quite sure exactly what causes that. But when I logged in today for the Kubota series and started working on No Man's Land before I started recording, any place I went in the map, every once in a while my screen would freeze just for a second, and then it's fine. Every time then after I went back to that certain section of the map, not a problem. And that's been a thing for me, at least all the way back to 17, I do believe it was. All right, let's jump back out of cab. Alright, we're going to park right... Actually, I'm going to park right up over here. I mean, look at all the new equipment we got this morning. It's all sitting right here. Trailer, a new tractor, front end loader, and of course, our Grape harvester. Now, I'm going to assume it's just like the olive harvester, so I'm going to back up. The first time I did olives on Elm Creek, it took me a while to figure out how to unload it. I was pulling up to the side of it. Didn't know how this thing unloaded. While that is unloading, I want to come into here, and what is that recipe for cereal? How much, where is it? How many grapes does it take? So, yeah, we're not going to get that much cereal out of it. Actually, wait a minute. That's what raisins are. So what's the ratio to raisins? Oh, it's 1-for-1. Okay. All right, so where did I leave off at? I think right over here. All right, so remember I said 100,000? Yeah, I'm hoping this to get 10,000 now. That might be a little bit of a stretch. We'll wait and see. If I'll get more of this done. It's going to take me a little bit. And fingers crossed we can get to 10,000 and not get stuck on the vineyard as much as I am now. And yeah, get up to 10,000 liters, hopefully, and then bring it on over to the raisin grape production facility. Start making some raisins. Three more rows after this one, but we should hit 10,000 liters of grapes, which is just a little bit short of my original 100,000 liters I was hoping for. But I did a quick look into the cereal factory, because we put 100,000 liters of oats in, which means I got to put 100,000 liters of corn in, and that means I can go up to 50,000 liters of raisins in to use up all the material that we have, along with honey. So if I get 12,000 liters off this vineyard here, that means I got to make 3 more vineyards just like this to get up to our total of 50,000 liters I would need for a year if I keep doing cereal. I think this is why some people said, yeah, definitely not worth doing grapes, and they said the same thing on olives. But, you know, we're going to do it here just because, one, you know, as you can, I've said before, you see the money coming in now. It's not that big of a deal to spend the money on it and show it off, because maybe, you know, you're kind of like me. I haven't done grapes yet, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect for a yield. The work isn't that bad so far, honestly. It's not that much different than work you would do in a big field. Other than, yeah, when you do a big field, you can use like a, let's just say an 18 meter wide cultivator or whatever. Here you can only use a 2 or 3 meter wide one in between the rows. But overall, I mean, it's very interesting. It's different. So, but is it worth it money-wise? That is the question. Short term, no. I'm not even going to bother doing the math on it. Short term, no. Even if you were to lease a harvester, probably not worth it short term. If you're going to be on the map for a long time, or money doesn't matter to you at that point, certain point, then, and you want to do something different, yeah, then go ahead and do it. The whole point of playing the game anyways is to have fun. So if you're having fun doing it, then it shouldn't matter if it's worth it or not. It's just a matter of, can you afford it, and do you enjoy doing it. So the question I got to myself is, do I want to expand the vineyard, make another one about the same size? That way next year's harvest, you know, gives us more. Or, I'm not sure this is going to be part of the game, but we just barely planted the vines this year. Am I going to get more of a yield in the second year than I would in the first? Because the vines are more mature? Oh, by the way, you may have noticed, now that I'm harvesting, I found it a lot easier for me to harvest, at least the grapes anyways, from the view from the front. So I can just watch the vines go right on in the front. So we're about ready to find out the total that we have for grapes in our first season. So, yeah, lime doesn't really appear to matter. The pH value did not decrease at all. But I don't know if I would have got the same yield if I left the lime pH value as it was. Because we were like in light green, maybe even a light color yellow, but the pH value now is perfect. Nitrogen was perfect before, so we'll see if I have to put nitrogen down again. I say again, I didn't put down any nitrogen at all this year, and the nitrogen level was fine. So if I don't, in precision farming, if I don't have to put lime and fertilizer down for for a vineyard. I mean, that saves time and money than not using precision farming. So that will save a lot of, a lot of labor hours that you would put in. It didn't take me that long. As you see, we only got 0.5 hours on the harvester, so that took me about 30 minutes of runtime so far on the engine. And probably 5 of that minutes was driving from the shop up and around up to the vineyard before I started harvesting. So about 25 minutes to harvest that field. And honestly, the engine was running probably for a couple minutes while I was checking out the cereal factory. I was checking out a couple other things in the store. Took a little bit of a break there in between. So probably actually took me 20 minutes to harvest that vineyard. But this is going to be parked over here in our shed. Yes, I'm going to wait until next year. I was going to put a manure pit down up here, but when the grapes start growing again next season, I'm wondering what it's going to say for nitrogen level. I'm just trying to see if I park this all the way back, kind of like that. When I get my olive harvester, I wonder if I can park that in front of that, which, we got plenty of room up here. I know I'm trying to squeeze everything in like I got so much equipment up here right now, which we don't. Now that I harvested the grapes, I wonder if I walk in the field, I don't think it's going to say anything. It's just going to say harvested, I believe. Yeah, so I got plenty more room to put down more grapes. But I can't do that until next season. So right now it says it needs plowing. I'm not going to bother doing that until next year. I'll just leave it as is. Let's see, that's interesting. That nitrogen level just showed. Thought it showed there the level I needed. Anywho, let's jump into our new Kubota. And I do want to double check on the model number because I'm going to keep calling it by the wrong model number, I'm sure. Small tractor. It is an M6. M6141. So just shy of 11,000 liters. I'm kind of glad I bought the big trailer now because, I mean, it's almost a full load. If I plan on expanding on the vineyards, I'm going to do that quite a bit on grapes and olives when we start planting olives. We'll probably get our olives down next year as well. So when March comes around, we'll be back over here planting more grapes and then putting in our first olive grove. Let's go fire up the grape production building, start making some raisins. And then when we start harvesting the corn, we can start making cereal. And cereal, as I've seen, does not really sell for that much compared to what we got to put in there. We got to put honey, oats, corn, and raisins. And I think cereal sells for like $2,500 on hard economy. So compared to other things that we make, it doesn't quite seem like the price is good for cereal. But oh well. That was kind of the thing when I started No Man's Land. Like I said, at the beginning, at least in my head, I wanted to create a village, city, or what have you. Then I said, I want to try everything that's currently in the game, because that way when I start doing other series, I can be like, yeah, I don't want to do that again, so let's not do that or try it out. I'll kind of know what I want to do. Okay, I can see where the drop-off point is now. At least I think so. Oh wait, I don't have to back right up to the... Well, we'll do that to make it look good. I guess I can't because it won't trigger. Alright, so we'll dump them off here. I was going to say, is it dumping off or what's it going to do? Okay, there they go. There they go. Hopefully they're actually going into the building. Alright, and then raisins. Let's go here. 10,000 liters. Well, that really shows off the bar really good, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and, yeah, make sure it's raisin only. Let's turn that on. I am kind of interested. Grapes, let's see, grape juice, I should say, 90 for 72. What does grape juice sell for? Grape juice. That's actually not a bad price right there. And raisins should sell for a little bit less, which they do. All right, and just to double check, where is the cereal? Not that much more. Yeah, 2,600 is the best price on hard economy. I mean, someone would have to do the math, and I'm too tired to do the math right now, for what you pay for honey, what you get for honey at 1,000 liters, so on and so forth, and then figure out the recipe for cereal and see if you're actually making that much more from the cereal. I would hope Giants has done that and said, yeah, we can't just make it so you actually make less. But you never know. Anyways, we're making raisins. We got ourselves our new Kubota, new trailer, new front end loader, new grape harvester. This trailer needs to go up and be parked up into the shed next to the grape combine. I don't know if they're actually called combines. Do they actually call it a combine? Nope. Sorry. If we go to here. Broad? Is that what is that what's called, a broad? What do they call? Maybe. I'm not sure. That's the way it's pronounced or not. I tried. I might be right. Might be wrong. Don't know. Don't go by me. I'm guessing. So we bought a New Holland Broad. That doesn't sound right either. Now that I keep saying it. Anyways, and the money is actually not that bad. We still got $130,000 sitting in the bank account. I am going to spend $30,000, maybe a little bit more than that, whatever that tanker is going to cost me for the slurry / digestate. We'll be doing that next episode. We got to put down the digestate up in the wheat field and then replant that. And then while we're doing that, the McCormick will be over. Actually, I should have moved the McCormick over when they were done, picking up stones over by the old sheep pen, which I need to sell that. I need to get the hay bales out of there, move them back over to the cow barn, sell that shed, move that water tanker that's in there. And I think that'll be it for the month of September, but that'll be all next episode. But the grape harvest is done. And yeah, we won't be working into the grape field until next year. We'll have to, as we already know, it needs to be plowed, but I do think it's going to need to be not mulched. Yeah, this will tell me what it means. Pruned. Sorry, I think I already know. It needs to be pruned, I think is what it's going to be called. We got to take the leaves off the vines. But I don't think we can do that until next season. I think we have to go through winter with it. Not sure about that. Like I said, I haven't done grapes yet until currently. So we'll see what the job entails further on down the road. But yeah, my 100,000 liter goal for grapes was kind of a little bit short by 90,000 liters. So I think we need to expand on the vineyard just a little bit. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.